You are watching the 2026 NBA Epitome Game Series presented by Law Murray, Power Rankings Project Grandmaster at The Athletic. This is where I pick out one game from each team from the last regular season. I am putting the spotlight on the biggest weakness of the 14 teams that missed the playoffs and the biggest strength of the 16 playoff teams from the regular season. This installment features the Miami Heat. We are now in the play-in tournament portion of the series, and it's only right that we begin with the Heat, the only team in the league that has been in the play-in tournament each of the last 4 seasons. Miami pushed the pace faster than any team in the NBA, a major departure from how they usually played. But the defense wasn't as strong as it usually was, and despite winning 43 games, the Heat entered the play-in tournament as the 10th seed and lost in Charlotte in a game that went to the final seconds of overtime. It was the first time that the Heat failed to make the playoffs in 7 years. The epitome game for the Heat came at Toronto in April, the front end of a back-to-back, and the second game of a mini-series in Canada. Both teams were at full strength and in the playoff picture, but the pace of the Heat did not come with pressure. First quarter, he actually start this game well. They were up 8. They are no longer up 8. Brandon Ingram guarded by Kasparovich Jonas. Norman Powell reaches in. Jaime Jaquez tries to take a charge. Khalil Ware, the pass goes over his head, and RJ Barrett bangs a three over the entire Miami Heat defense. Yes, first quarter had a tie and a lead change, and that would be it for ties and lead changes for this game. Toronto led the rest of the way. Miami Heat playing from behind. Will they force turnovers? Let's see. This is a good opportunity for one. Jamal Shed is looking at Colin Murray Boyles, who is not looking back at Jamal Shed. But Bam Adebayo doesn't get the steal. Davion Mitchell doesn't get the steal. RJ Barrett saves the turnover, gets it back to Colin Murray Boyles, who rumbles in for a bucket at the rim. The only Toronto turnover in that first half came on a Jakob Poeltl illegal screen. Third quarter, end of the period, Miami actually put 40 points up, but you need to get some stops. They're in my least favorite zone, the 2-3. Brandon Ingram terminates his dribble, and the Heat commit 2 players to him, and because it's a 2-3 zone, Ingram doesn't panic, gets it to Emmanuel quickly for a 3, and through 3 quarters, the Miami Heat had 0 steals. Fourth quarter, Brandon Ingram trying to inbound it. Bad pass to Sandro Mamukelashvili. Bam Adebayo steal. 2-on-1 fast break. Pelle Larsson finishes the fast break with a layup that forces a Toronto timeout. And you will be shocked to learn that that was the only steal of the game for the Miami Heat. And they did not force another steal, another live ball turnover in the last 6:13. The Heat lost this game 128 to 114, their 10th loss in 13 games. Toronto had only 6 turnovers, a season low for a Heat opponent. For the season, the Heat ranked only 17th in the NBA in opponent turnover percentage. It's not like the Heat had anything to lose by going all in, and that's what they did by acquiring 2-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks for a package centered around Tyler Hero. Miami also acquired Bobby Portis in the deal while sending out 3 recent first-round picks and their 2026 lottery pick. All-star Norman Powell also left in free agency, while Tim Hardaway Jr. was signed 25 years after his Hall of Fame father last played for the Heat. Miami hasn't missed the playoffs in back-to-back seasons since 2003, so the least that Antetokounmpo can do to begin his tenure with the Heat is to keep that streak alive. Stay tuned for the next installment of the 2026 NBA Epitome Game Series featuring the LA Clippers.